In the last video, we put Moze versus Topaz to see who would be the better partner for Feixiao. Well, in today's video, we're going a different route. DPS Moze, Hyper Carry Moze, Full Power Moze, and to buff him, we have to use Topaz. I wanted to do this just pure buffed with no sub DPS, however, unfortunately, Moze doesn't work like that. He needs lots of instances of attacks to be triggering his follow-ups. That means the standard buffers, debuffers are not going to be working as well compared to the sub DPS follow-up vulnerability buffer herself, Topaz. So let's get right into MOC 12 versus Aventuring. Hit that subscribe button, join the Discord, and let's get right into the run. Here we are versus the second side. We're going to go ahead and pop all 4 techniques here, and then something I learned from Hades. If you go to the mirror and if you unlock it, and then if you go and do a backstab, you can actually get 1.5 times the damage. This might not correlate to different games, so perhaps it's not canonically correct, but you know what? I tried. Skill here with Robin, we're going to be able to easily get this Concerto up just because the Ranmei Light Cone gives us 10, Bronya Light Cone gives us 10 energy regen right off the bat, and then these blast attacks are going to make it super consistent because Moze is no longer on field. So it is actually guaranteed that Robin gets her Concerto no matter what happens. And then here we're going to go ahead and basic let Numbi attack and then pop Concerto. We did hold the ultimate from Ranmei just to make sure we can pop it right here to keep those buffs extended for as long as possible. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and attack with Moze before Topaz's turn. That's actually going to allow Numbi to get advanced multiple times without that refresh cooldown thing. It's kind of complicated, but we got 4 debuffs. 50% total crit damage plus 40, that's 90. My face is kind of covering it, but we've also got 75% follow-up damage vulnerability. 75 vulnerability, 90 extra crit damage. Very, very nice. Ton of buffs. We might miss crit. We're not maxed out on the 2-piece buff or on the MOC buff. Also not lightning weak. That's some damn good damage for a sub DPS. Although he is hyper carry in this role. Though I don't know what really changes versus his hyper carry role versus not. Maybe energy regen boots, who knows? Wait, energy regeneration boots. Very interesting. Very interesting. They should add that. Here, 2 enemies is perfect. We can go ahead and clean up before Ranmei's turn. That's going to keep the buffs extended even further. That means we still have 2 turns of Ranmei buffs. Now, the energy on Topaz is a little bit rough. If we skill twice, we can get the ult up, but we also didn't get a hit. So we're going to go for the skill point route instead. And then what we're going to do here is attack. And interestingly enough, the damage threshold is fine. We're actually going to go ahead and pop the ult on Moze right here, even though we're only at 1 stack on the E1 from Topaz. So we're losing a good amount of crit damage. Not to mention the MOC buff is only 2 out of 6. But lightning weak this time. Number 2 attack, number 3 attack, triggering Moze for the 3rd and final 0 action value first phase clear. Is that right? Let me know in the comments, I'm not sure. This is very good. Now we can literally go ahead and basic attack with Ranmei, basic with Robin if we want to. The way the math is going to come down here, we actually do not want to trigger Moze's follow-up attack before the ultimate from Robin comes back. So that means even though we can basic here, we're going to skill just to make sure that the attack from Topaz is going to leave Moze at 4 out of 9, not triggering that final follow. We're also going to have to pop it before Numbi attacks. Kind of unfortunate, but that is the reality that we're facing. Now the downside here is that unfortunately, you know, the attack, the buff from Ranmei is not going to be able to be activated before the follow-up from Moze comes out. Very sad. But we should be able to have just about enough damage. Numbi's coming out before. That means we got 2 more Numbi attacks. Very good. 3, if you count this turn. She technically always uses Numbi. If she basics, she doesn't. I take it back. And 1 more stack is going to trigger Moze's final attack. Oh, and it wasn't necessary. How unfortunate. Now, before we get into the builds, I just want to talk really quickly about the flexibility of follow-up teams, because it's so unbelievably fun right now that we've finally filled up the roster for follow-up. Before, almost no characters. I mean, Jing Yuan is like the only follow-up character if you don't count like Himiko and Herta from the beginning. So now that we have our sub DPSs in Moze and in March 7th, not to mention Topaz being Topaz, it opens up so many options for these follow-up teams with DPSs that are not only Feixiao, because we've got Jade, now we've got Moze, Topaz, which, you know, our sub DPSs are kind of slotted in for main DPS roles if we want them to, but I'm seriously enjoying the follow-up meta at the moment. Maybe when Rappa comes out, you know, Break is going to be a little bit back, but I think it might disappear more for summons, of course, for the future with Sunday and whatever else is going on. Summons are going to be very interesting, and I look forward to that playstyle. Now let's get into the builds. Now, Moze is sitting at 84 over 205 on attack boots. We put him on the 4-piece Valorous set, mainly for substats, but you know what? His ultimate does a ton of damage, so it's actually completely fine. E6 Moze for the extra damage. Very good. We got Swordplay Topaz as our debuffer. And we've also got that E1 for that extra crit damage increase. We'll be getting that light cone in 10 days, I think. Looking forward to that so much. Over Lingsha's, I will be getting Topaz's first. We got the 2-piece attack with Von Whack on Robin. Very simple, very standard. We got the E2 for that extra energy and damage. E1 is so amazing. And Ron Mei is on the Watchmaker. Not necessary, but you know what? I kind of just leave it on there. And we've got the extra Death Shred, which actually, you know, helps the light cone from Ratio perform even better, because those are our 2 sources of Death Shred. Although, to be honest, this run might honestly have been possible with the 5-star light cone or with the Herta Shop light cone, because the damage was a little bit overkill, but a little bit, I didn't feel like it, you know, this was a little bit better for me, and because I got school and I got to do my shit. So thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, join the Discord. I appreciate it very much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.